Good morning, 9 students. Welcome back. And today we will take a decision. No class? It's not like that. We will take a good decision in our life. How can we? It is nothing but by reading the poem, The Road Not Taken, which was written by Robert Frost. Robert Frost. The full name is Robert Lee Frost. Born in March 26, 1874. Okay. For later on, he stayed in England for some years, but he was a well-known or renowned poet in American literature. He wrote several poems. Okay. Now, the present poem, The Road Not Taken. Okay. Children, all of you open your textbooks to page number 15. This well-known poem is about making choices. That's the reason I said today we can take the decision. And the choices that shape us. Robert Frost is an American poet who writes simply. Means he won't use high vocabulary. It's very simple to understand to the common man. General English. But insightfully about common ordinary experiences. Common ordinary experiences. The summary is here is the poet standing where the two roads diverged into two. Means like a Y shape we can imagine. Okay, into Y shape like thing. Separated. So he was standing there. Which road should I take? So his life decision. Either this or that. Which one is traveled less? Which one is traveled more? So he is in a dilemma, means confusion to take. He thought one I can keep for the next issue, and now I can take this. Again, I can come back, I can take the best one. But in the last stanza he says, with a sigh of relief, no, he can't come back. He can't come back. For example, you want to become a lecturer, you want to become a scientist, isn't it? But parents or someone forces you to become a doctor. So first of all, what is your choice? What else you want to become? That is most important. I'll become a scientist, again I'll come back, I'll join in BPC, again I too become doctor. No. It can't be, isn't it? So, decision making is a very prominent thing in our life. Understood, children? Okay. Now the present 21st century kids, they can take their optimistic decisions which doesn't pain the parents even. Okay? Making them acceptance with their realistic hard work. Now come to the poem. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Diverged means separated. And sorry, I could not travel both. Naturally, no man can serve two masters, isn't it? And be one traveler. Long I stood. He stood up there, it seems. And looked down one as far as I could. And he was observing the way. Observation means in his life, what is observation? What is the benefits? What are the advantages, disadvantages? What not? These all things. Understood? To where it bend in the undergrowth. Dense growth of plants and all is called as undergrowth. In the first line, yellow wood. A forest or a greenery with the decayed leaves. Means yellowish leaves which were scattered there. Okay, once again I repeat. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, just as fair. Means what was the difference between the two roads here? As the first line, two roads diverged, two roads separated. But in the second stanza, what he was saying? Then took the other just as fair. as a synonym, as a sibling, same as the first one. And having perhaps the better claim. Maybe it is better, he thought like that, right? Because it was grassy and wanted wear. Means had not been used by anyone. Grassy means what? No one used it. So in the villages or in the fields, the people who are working, they'll make a small passage. By what? By the trodden path. Isn't it? Like that here, it's grassy and wanted wear. No one used it till now. Thought as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. So he thought, this road also same as the first one. Whether can I take this or take that? I said that in the starting, the poet is in dilemma. Means the poet is in dilemma means he was saying to the people also always will be in dilemma in taking decisions. Always. So the best decision and the hard work and the success leads to success. Now come. And both that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. And next morning, both are same it seems. The leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first one for another day. He thought with an exclamation. Oh, the first one I will keep for next day. Now I'll go ahead with this road. Is it okay? Who knows? He was thinking, in dilemma. Shall I keep for this? Shall I do like this? For example, the apt example shall I give? Today we are going with classes, maths, English, next SL or science or the classes goes on up to English up to 1 o'clock. Time by time, slot by slot, are we doing the works? No, we'll be pending. Today what is there? Evening we can do. Evening what is there? Tomorrow both the works I'll do tomorrow. We are postponing and keeping pending. So there itself we are unable to take a decision when today's task is ahead with us, isn't it? So we should not postpone the works. Day-to-day work we have to complete. Okay, that's the best example what I feel. Oh, I kept the first one for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way. Yet knowing. Maybe the destination he can understand. I doubted if I should ever come back. If I take this way, I'll be going on, passing by. Will be there time for me that to come back? I doubted. He has that doubt it seems. Then he was thinking in the last stanza, I shall be telling this with a sigh. That is called sigh. With a, I can't do, I'm helpless. I have taken the first one, I can't come to second one. Somewhere ages and ages hence, after years, at the age of 17 or 18, you'll be taking the decision, right? So you'll continue. And your age become 40, 50, 60. Then when you turn back, at that time I would have taken this. Generally see when the interviews, film actors will be saying, actually I want to become a doctor, but by mistake suddenly I changed my option and I became an actor. Is it? Like that they will be saying, general interviews. It's not pre-planned or somewhat. Casually whenever a journalist interviews, they will be saying, I want to become a doctor, but unfortunately I became an actor, they will say. So at that time they didn't take a decision, or now they are in success. That is a separate discussion again. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I. Two roads are separated. I'm here, and I. I took the one less travelled by. What I have taken? The less travelled by he has taken it since. And that has made all difference. Really it is different. So everyone should take a good choice in their lives. For anything. Not only for the career issues, for everything. For everything. For today's task. For tomorrow's plans. Life plans. What not. Everything in your decisions. While taking decisions, you should go ahead with the right choice, best choice. And still more information, you can look into this upcoming video along with this. Okay? Bye.
Good morning, grade 9 students. Welcome to today's class. Today we can learn the poem The Road Not Taken written by Robert Frost. All of you turn your books to page number 15. Now, a small gist about the poet. Robert Lee Frost, born on 26th March 1874 and was no more on 29th Jan 1963. He was an American poet. His work was initially published in England before it was published in America, known for his realistic depictions of rural life and his command of American colloquial speech. Frost was honored frequently during his lifetime and is the only poet to receive 4 Pulitzer Prizes for poetry. Children, do you know what are all these prizes? It is one of the 7 American awards for letters, drama, and music. It was presented in 1922 for a distinguished volume of original verse by an American author. Like that, here Robert Frost got 3 Pulitzer Prizes for his poetry. Now, title justification. The Road Not Taken. What is the title and what is the meaning of it? What is the title justification here? It's nothing but the poem is about poet's dilemma concerning what option to take and which one to leave. Such situations are faced by every one of us. When one is forced to decide just one option out of the 2 equally attractive choices. So, everyone will be in dilemma. In such a manner, the poet also faced the same situation. While walking on a road, he came to the point where the road diverged into 2 roads. He stood long at the fork and then was willing to travel on both the roads simultaneously. But practically it is not possible. No man can serve 2 masters, a saying also there, a proverb. So he decided to take the road which appeared to have been travelled less. However, he was regretful for the road he could not take. So the title is aptly justified. Now, students, follow the textbook. Okay? Shall we sing the song? The poem? Let's try. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bend in the undergrowth. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted way, though as for that the passing there had one them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the fast for another day, yet knowing how well leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and hands, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference, and that has made all the difference. This is the poem. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4 stanzas like more than four lines. This well known poem is about making choice. When we come to the first part, what does it say? Two roads are diverged, it seems, too differently. And the poet is traveling. He is there at the edge, like a Y junction. So he was there to which way to go. And he realizes that being a traveler, it is highly impossible for him to travel on both roads at a time. So, here, the two roads are meant for two ways of life. See, as soon as your 10th class is completed, you have to take a choice, MPC or BPC. Okay, nowadays we have MBPC also, but what is your mainstream? Want to become a doctor or else you want to become an engineer? So which one is your choice? If you want to become an engineer, you won't join in a BPC to become a doctor, right? So there itself you have to take the decision. Two roads, two ways of life. Which one you want? Choice is yours. Here the poet Robert Frost stood there for much more time, and he was observing, then took the other, just as fair, same in proper, righteous, equal, same. In my example, what I said just now, going to engineering profession or else a doctor or medicine profession. So in the both the professions, they have both benefits. Both of them have the benefits. Which one you want? As just as a fair. Then the poet decided to check the other path because he found the other road to be less traveled and a grassy one. No one is walking there. So he chose it. It is wanted where as an example of a personification. Now when you come to the third part, it is totally an example of imaginary. Here again the poet found that both the paths are looking the same. Perhaps he goes in the flashback. Sometimes in the tough times, he thought it is easy. But when he was going as the first person to walk on the road, he couldn't decide the right path as no step had smashed the leaves on the road to allow him to go for the right one. What to do now? So here the poet has saved the first road for another day, okay, and then another until you end up very far from where you started. The poet here saves the first road for another day. He saved it seems. Then the third day, he doesn't think he will ever be able to come back and take the other path as much as he wishes he could. Means, I want to continue with my own example. Parents force you to become a doctor and you have an interest on mathematics and engineer to become a computer science or else a civil engineer or mechanical or a computer engineer as a software something. So you started making a move. First year is completed. Intermediate. Second year is going. Then if you want to come back to take your decision, it's time up. Okay, you wrote the NEET exam or MCET and you got a claim a seat. Engineering first year completed. Engineering second year completed. No, this is not correct now. I want to come out of that and I want to take the medicine. How come it is? So, he thinks here, the poet thinks, the next one I'll come. Again I'll come in my life, but no chance. First of all, what he has taken, he has to lead that. No other way. After some ages passed, and hence if he turned back and see, oh, with a sigh, I forgot to take this. It's better to take that. Then, with his experience, he will say to the next gen. But at his time, he couldn't take the best one. He thought I will take for the next time. But time up. That's all about the summary of the poem The Road Not Taken, written by Robert Frost. Now come to the rhyme scheme of the poem. It is ABAAB. What is the rhyme scheme? ABAAB. Now, how can you get this rhyme scheme? If you come to the first stanza in the page number 15, see there, Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. So last words would, both, stood, could, growth. Would. Let us go ahead with A there. Both different sound. B. Stood. Again would stood. A. So first line A, second line B. Third line A again. A B A. Fourth line could. So would stood could A. Second line both at the last word, and last line under growth, both and growth B. So AB AAB is the rhyme scheme of the poem for all the stanzas. Understood? Now let's move on to the next segment, that is analysis of literary devices in the poem The Road Not Taken, written by Robert Frost. So here the analysis of literary devices means we can compare with figure of speech like metaphor, we'll be getting simile, assonance, personification. Okay, now let's see with the metaphor. Metaphor, what is metaphor here? Metaphor is nothing but a comparison between two unlike things or ideas. Let us see that there are many metaphors in the poem, like road, fork in the road, yellow woods. Okay, so here in the poem, road is compared to life, and the fork represents the choice, and the yellow woods, it also compares the metaphor of making decisions during the hard times of a person's life. This all comes under the figure of speech metaphor. The next one is simile. As part of the poem, another literary device is simile. What is a simile? A simile is a device used to compare things with familiar things. Okay. There is one simile used in the second stanza, such as just as fair. And the third one is assonance. Assonance is nothing but a repetition of vowel sounds, such as the sound of a, o in a quick succession. So here when we come to the poem here, if we take the last stanza, second line, somewhere ages and ages hands, that ages and ages are repeating. Okay, that is called assonance. And now come to the last one here, personification. While explaining the summary stanza wise also, I use the word personification. What is personification? To give human qualities to non-living things or ideas. That is called personification. Here the poet Robert Frost has personified road in the third line as it is stated, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Because it was grassy and wanted wear. And the analysis and also the literary devices. That's all for today. Now it's time to give the task or homework, we can say. All of you take your classwork books, take a fresh page, write the meanings and poem also. Poem must and should you have to write. Okay, and do the activity. Do the activity and write down the rhyming words. At least 6 or 8 rhyming words. No hard words for us. So what you have to do? You have to, once again I will say, what you have to do, open your class workbooks, write the poem, glossary meanings and rhyming words, minimum 8. Okay, 8 are enough, 6 or 8 are enough rhyming words, glossary meanings and the poem, and also related colorful activity, that is mandatory. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Children, hope you understood the total poem which was written by Robert Frost. How to make a decision and in what way you have to go ahead with a good suggestion, isn't it? Now it's time to give the homework. The homework is read the poem twice and thrice, take a class classwork books, write the poem there with the glossary meanings and everything. Okay, and get ready for writing questions tomorrow. Thank you.